Hello everyone, this is Mike at Play Favorites. We're a friendly neighborhood toy store located in beautiful Front Royal, Virginia. And this afternoon, my goal in life is to tell you all about Can't Stop, which is a totally awesome game by the late, great Sid Saxon. Can't Stop is a game for 2 to 4 players, I would say about ages 8 and up, which will take between 30 and 40 minutes per game. Here's what you get in the Can't Stop box. You get this stop sign shaped mat or game board. On this game board, you will notice that there are 11 columns going from 2 to 12. You'll notice that the 2 and the 12 columns have only 2 spaces, whereas the 7 column has a whole lot of spaces. And depending on the number, you will have more or less spaces. I will get into the reason for that in a moment. In addition to this wonderful playing mat, each player will get a set of 11 playing pieces, and then you will also get 3 white temporary pieces, which are going to be passed from player to player on each player's turn. So you can be periwinkle blue, you can be the yellow player, the green player, or the pink player. For purposes of this demonstration, we're going to be periwinkle blue. You also get a set of 4 standard 6-sided dice, numbered 1 to 6. Now, your goal in Can't Stop is to be the first player to get 3 pieces to the top of 3 separate columns. And here's how you do that. Let's say it's my turn. I take these 4 dice and I roll them. I rolled a 1, a 1, a 2, and a 5. Every time you roll the dice, you're going to divide those dice up to make 2 different numbers. So I'm going to take my 5 and my 2, that's a 7, and then I have my 1 and my 1 to form the number 2. Now, I take temporary playing piece 1, I'm going to put it at the bottom of the 7 column. Temporary playing piece 2, put it on the bottom of the 2 column. Now, if I want, I can roll again, and I definitely want. Roll again, okay. I rolled 3 6s and a 5, so I'm going to separate these again into 2 different numbers. Obviously, I'm going to have 2 6s no matter what I do for the number 12. Then I have a 5 and a 6 for the number 11. I'm going to take temporary playing piece number 3, and remember, you only get 3 temporary playing pieces. I'm going to put it down at the bottom of the number 12, so I can't do anything with my 11 because you only have 3 playing pieces, which means that you can only make progress on 3 separate columns each round. Now, if I were to stop my turn right here, I would replace each of these temporary playing pieces with a playing piece of my color, which makes that progress permanent. I cannot lose that progress. But what's the fun in that? You can't stop. You got to go for it. So I'm going to roll again. Okay, I rolled a 5, a 2, a 1, and a 3. Now, I can separate the 5 and the 2. They make a 7. And since I have a piece at the bottom, a temporary piece at the bottom of the 7 column, I can scooch that up 1 space. If I want, I can stop, and that progress will be permanent. Or, I roll again because I can't stop. All right, what have I got here? I have a 4, a 2, a 6, and a 6. So I can make an 8, or I can make a 6, or I can make a 12 with my 2 6s. So I'm going to move my temporary playing piece in the 12 column 1 space further. And now I'm going to stop. I'm going to take one of my little periwinkle pieces, plop it down right there in the 12 column, take another periwinkle playing piece, plop it down in the 2 column, take my another periwinkle playing piece and plop it down in the 2nd space in the 7 column because I rolled 2 7s at separate times during this round. Then I pass the dice to the next player. Now, if it's your turn and you've placed all 3 of your temporary pieces, let's say you've placed 1 in the 3 column, 1 in the 5 column, 1 in the 9 column, and you've moved all those pieces way high up this round, and you roll the dice, and you do not get anything that can be divided up to equal a 3, a 5, or a 9, you lose all of the progress that you made so far that turn. However, any previously banked progress that you made on previous turns will always stay. So basically this 12 that I put over, I always will have this piece right up there in the second space in the 12 column. I'm in the second space in the 7 column and the first space in the 2 column permanently. Now, as soon as any player makes it all the way to the top of a column, whoop, like that, they have claimed that column. If anyone else has pieces in that column, get rid of them. In this case, I claimed the 7 column. The number 7 is useless for the rest of the game. If I were to claim the 12 column, that's another point for me. I'm that much closer to winning. The number 12 is useless for the rest of the game. What this means is the numbers that are useful to you become increasingly limited as the game goes on. So by rolling over and over again, you are taking a much greater risk in not rolling something that will be useful, that will enable you to push your pieces forward. You risk losing all the progress you made that turn, even more than earlier in the game. First player to move 3 pieces all the way to the end is the winner. Now, why are some columns longer than others? Maybe you figured it out by now. Let's look at the number 2, for example. There is only one way to roll the number 2, and that is if you roll a 1 and a 1. So it is very unlikely, it is much less likely to roll the number 2 than it is to roll the number 7, because how many ways can you make 7? You can have a 6 and a 1, you can have a 5 and a 2, you can have a 4 and a 3, so on and so forth. I believe there are like 5 different ways to roll a 7 using 2 dice. That's Can't Stop. A whole lot of fun. I'm really bad at it because I usually can't stop. I want to go all the way to the end in one turn, and I end up losing everything instead. So this is very much usually a turtle or a tortoise and the hare sort of situation where slow and steady wins the race. Better to make a little bit of progress every turn instead of going all in and trying to make all the progress on one turn. Super fun game, great for teaching probability and basic math, but regardless of that, it's just great. Can't Stop. This is Mike at Play Favorites. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.